letting you know beforehand, this is not a one-take video. Last video was completely one take. I just rambled on and on. This one, you're gonna see some cuts. If you haven't already, you're definitely seeing cuts. Because this is different. You know, last time I filmed like on a weekend day, no worries, no, you know, I gotta get ready for work, or like I've had a stressful day. Today is I've had a stressful day, I've had work, I've had to commute, and I've tried to set up this, whatever we're doing here, for like a hot minute, and it's also very hot, so like, I'm a little more, how you say, feisty. So, yeah, definitely we're gonna do more than one take, but in all seriousness, I have to start off the video by saying thank you. Yet again, is my booktube channel just a thank you to Mandy? It might be. But I want to really do a heartfelt shout out to Book Nook by Mandy. If you haven't subscribed to her, you're insane, because she literally is growing so rapidly, and it's amazing to see when someone puts in the effort that they're rewarded. And she literally shouted me out in the middle of the night. Well, for me, it's the middle of the night. I'm hearing creaks. In the middle of the night, and I woke up to find so many new Twitter followers, Goodreads, people that want to be my friend, people that actually watch my video, and I want to say a lot of it is kind of probably due to her, because I don't really know how to grow this channel other than to keep making videos. So just a genuine shout out, and just to everyone that's commented, subscribed, follow me on Twitter, and you know, anyone that's made any sort of general nice comment, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. It gives me encouragement. It makes me feel like, okay, at least there's some audience somewhere that like kind of is intrigued about what I'm saying. So truly it does mean a lot to me, and just taking time out of your day to say something nice to someone trying to do this thing here is just really sweet, so I do appreciate it. I do want to say though, I did get 1 thumbs down, so I want to know, like, was it due to like the hand gestures? Was it due to Shake Cam 2019? See, I think we have a little bit of shake there. Anyway, what are we doing here? What's the point? What is book 2? So, Mandy tweeted that I am gorgeous. First of all, thank you. So nice of you. But also that I'm controversial, which I thought, she's kind of right, because I don't seem to have a lot of the same opinions as everyone else on this booktube, which is great. I like to hear differing opinions, and so I thought, differing opinions, controversial. What tag has all of those elements? The Unpopular Opinions book tag. So obviously you know what you've gotten into. That's what we're doing here. I have a scattering of some of the books here. We're going to go through the questions. What is a popular book or series that you don't like? Why did my eye literally tear up then? Is it because I'm having flashbacks of this book? I don't know. It might be. Okay. I have to get better about like the lighting situation, but whatever. Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. I loved the film, 100%. It was directed by Steven Spielberg. I love the 80s references. If you're going to find out a lot about me, but I love 80s. That pop culture is my favorite of any decade. So I really liked the movie because there was a lot of pop culture references and flashbacks to his other films and like really popular films, and I just thought it was a really fun concept. So didn't like it. I did not like the book version of this. The synopsis is about in the future, everything is run down, but everyone escapes to a virtual reality called the Oasis, and there's a competition where if you win, you get to basically own the company that does the game. Very Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I did not like the main character of this book So it ruined the entire book for me because I could not stand him. He was like, I think 17 turning 18, like literally like in the book he graduates high school. Just like a horny boy. A horny boy, obsessed with video games, obsessed with a girl that he doesn't even know online, and then like when he doesn't get her, he like gets it on with some like virtual robot thing. It happens. Okay, I'm not gonna shake the tripod. Look at me. Look. I tapped it. I was really nice to it. Okay. Next one. What is a popular book or series that everyone else seems to hate but you love? I wouldn't say it's like a super hated book, but it just has a lot of like mixed reviews, or like the author always gets mixed reviews as of late. And it's gonna be Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. I read this book this year. I read it on vacation, and this is actually my second John Green book. Of course, I read The Fault in Our Stars like every girl did when the movie was coming out. But I never picked up another one of his books. If you don't know, it's about this girl named Aza? Obviously I forgot. This girl had a childhood best friend who was like extremely wealthy, and the boy's father goes missing, and there's reward for someone who finds him. And so it's kind of about that, but also really not. I think why this one kind of gets mixed reviews is there's not really a plot. Even though I've just given you a synopsis, it's not truly what the book is about, and if you're a plot-driven reader, you're not going to enjoy this because it's very character-driven. So I feel like it was a little mismarketed in that way, but if you really like character stories, then you're going to really like this. And I think I just happened to read this at the right place and the right time in my life. So I really like this book, and it's one of my favorite of the year, actually. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Woo! Let's get ready. Let's get ready for this one. What is a love triangle in a book series that the main character ended up with a person that you do not want them to end up with? I have the physical book with me, but we all know what the book looks like. Majority of us read the book, or we watched the movies. It was a cultural phenomenon, so it's no secret. Twilight. And you're thinking, what? Twilight. She ends up with Edward, so that means you wanted her to end up with Jacob? Absolutely. 100%. And I'm not going to take it back, okay? And the first one, I was younger, and I'm like, okay, Edward, he seems a little controlling. Even back then, I was like, but I'm like, oh, maybe this is like love? I don't, stupid me. Read, what's it called? What's the second book? New Moon? Where they break up, thank the Lord, and Jacob comes into play, and I realized, yeah, I like that a lot better. That seems a lot healthier. Let's forget about Breaking Dawn for a second. I know that that whole thing is really weird, and honestly, I didn't even read Breaking Dawn. I stopped at Eclipse, because I heard what happened in Breaking Dawn, and obviously I watched the movie, and I was like, I don't need Jacob to be ruined, because obviously she didn't know what to do with Jacob, so she's like, well, let's just make this, everyone's happy. I wasn't happy. I'm not happy with that outcome. Okay? Edward, what about that relationship was like, I hope they end up together, like, I'm sorry, but like, I think Jacob was the better candidate. I think they were healthier. I think they would have had a better life, a normal life, and she wouldn't have had that CGI baby. I feel like that one's going to hurt some people, but you know what? If that's the most controversial thing I say, then I can go to bed at night, you know? Okay. What is a popular book genre that you hardly reach for? I talked about this in my newbie tag, but fantasy. Fantasy is something I struggle with. Fantasy is something I struggle with. It's usually because there's a lot of world building, and it's usually in a series. I brought an example of a book that I have that is fantasy that I actually do want to read, and this was a gift from my brother, and it's the BBC Doctor Who Myth and Legend Epic Tales from Alien Worlds. Okay, I know it sounds a little bit sci-fi, but it's Doctor Who. It's a bit fantastical in my opinion. I don't think it's necessarily like sci-fi. But he got me a signed copy from the author, which is really, really cool. And so I do want to get into it, and I am more interested in something like this because it seems like a standalone, and it's not super big, and it's just kind of like short stories. That's more intriguing to me. Fantasy sometimes is just hard because you have to commit so much to these books. And what is a popular or beloved character that you do not like? As I've told you in the previous video, I have been working my way through the Raven cycle. I'm currently on Blue Lily, Lily Blue. Have I read any more pages from what I told you guys previously? No, I didn't. But I will say, one of the boys is named Ronan in here, and everyone seems to love him after the Dream Thieves. Everyone is, I mean, he gets his own spin-off, so obviously, like, he's something. Everyone loves him. Maybe I'm not far enough in the series. Maybe if I actually continue reading the third book, I'll find an appreciation for him. But I don't like him. I think, for me, he's too much. He's too stubborn. He's kind of a butt to everyone, and everyone's like, oh, well, like, he has, like, a heart of gold. What, he has, like, a younger brother he's kind of nice to sometimes? Like, he has a scarecrow named Chainsaw that, like, he feeds, and we're gonna call that, like, a heart of gold? I don't know. I feel like people are really gonna come for me on that one, but so far, from what I've read, Ronan isn't doing it for me. So, I'm just letting you know now, that's just not gonna be for me, but it could change. I could literally come back to you after I finish reading the book and be like, I'm an idiot. You know? It very well could happen, but it's not happening right now. It's not happening today. Okay. An author that I can't really get into is Gillian Flynn. This is her first book, Sharp Objects. I actually did read it this year, and for me, it was in the middle. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. I've actually had trouble reading Gone Girl. Get ready for this. Get ready. I'm actually banned at the library from getting Gone Girl again. That's how many times I've tried to read it, and I can't seem to power through it. I've checked it out so many times they won't let me check it out again. And also I think I was like late one time bringing it back because I was like, maybe if I give it another day. No. Goodness. Oh my god. There's so many questions on here. Like, I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm like literally like, what if you really have some controversial opinions and you're going through this and people can come for your head? It's serious. Okay. What is a popular book trope that you're tired of seeing? Honestly, I'm kind of over the dystopian thing. I think everyone kind of is at this point. I'm over, like, there's a big bad. We're gonna have 4 books where the girl falls in love with the guy, and then we're gonna, like, work out a way to, like, save humanity. And moving on. Okay. What is a popular book or series that you have no interest in reading? The Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. I feel like Sarah J. Maas, I had no idea who she was until I started watching BookTube. Never seen her books, I felt like, before, and all of a sudden, I see, like, and it seemed like everyone has a Throne of Glass series seemed like everyone on BookTube has an opinion, or at least has a video on it about whether they love it, whether they hate it, or they like her other series, which is, I think, A Court of Thorns, yes, it's A Court of Thorns. A Court of Thorns and Roses. I think that's another series that she has. I forget if that's the correct title. But, yet again, like I said, it's a fantasy series, and there's lots of books, and she seems to be very divisive, and I just don't feel like getting into it. I don't have the time. They're big books. Yet again, as I reiterated, no bookshelf. Where am I going to put it? So, at this point of time, it's going to be a no from me. No from me. Okay. What is a popular... What is a movie or TV show adaptation of a book or series that you like more than the book? I think I want to do a whole video dedicated to the series, because this is a series that really took me by surprise, because like I'm going to show you, I didn't like the first book, but as I continued, there's only 3 books, but as I continued, it got better, and the last book was the best. But I'm going to go with Crazy Rich Asians by Kevin Kwan. I didn't like the first book, and honestly, I think it's because I watched the movie first. The movie is incredible. I don't think I've met anyone that hasn't liked it, but I think the problem that I faced is I don't like his writing style. I have a hard time with Kevin Kwan's writing style, just in general, but especially in this book. There are so much footnotes. I'm going to try to find you one, so you guys can see if you've never owned this book. Okay.
I'm going to find it. I'm going to find one that has like a whole half page. And of course I'm not finding it when I need it now, but I'm letting you know that this is, oh, okay.
Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, this is a bookmark. I already read this. Okay, look. Can you see? Can you see? That's not part of the book. That's a damn footnote. Oh, would you? You know what that looks like? A half a page. Okay, half a page too much. Absolutely not. It was so frustrating to read. It honestly reminds me of The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Junior year of high school, I thought, oh, Gabby, you should read that book. You know, it's a classic. You'll really expand your mind. Like, you're going to feel so good after reading it. You're going to, like, know the source material. Like, Victor Hugo. You go, girl. Worst reading experience of my life because of the writing style. There is literally pages upon pages of description and footnotes, and it was the worst. It was the worst. The story, when you get past the chapters of descriptions, was buried in there, but like I really had to breathe that one out. So, but yeah, I definitely think that Crazy Rich Asians, the movie, is a lot better than the book. But if you would like to, if you want to read this book, I definitely recommend it because the other 2 are really good. Well, the third one's really good. Number 2 gets better the second half, and you're like, okay. The third one I loved completely, entirely with my whole heart, and it was completely worth reading. We're done. We've hit it all. We've hit all of my opinions. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself because I did this, and I feel like I did better at the tripod thing. So at least we're going to take that in consideration. I don't know how the editing's going to go. I don't know what we're going to see here today, but all I know is that I said what I said, and it's out there, and if you don't like it, then make your own tag and tell me off, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, thanks for joining. If you are new here, welcome. And I'm going to get better at this. This is only book 2. I have a lot of exciting ideas for videos, but I can't do them on a work week. It's hard. It's real hard. But I'm glad I did this. I'm glad this was the thing that happened today. So I hope you have a rad rest of your day, whenever you're watching this. And my Goodreads is in the bio. My Twitter's in the bio. Leave me a comment. Say hello. Because I like to talk to you, and I love to subscribe. I would love to subscribe to your guys' channels if you have one, because I love to watch different booktube channels. So yeah. My name is Gavin Gabs, and it was nice to meet you. Bye. Speak? Can I speak?